Hey guys, welcome to Offshoot Comics Off Topic. We're your host, Kirby Kid.
And Black Superman.
Also known as David Clark.
And Walter Bryant.
And today we're talking about the new Attack on Titan trailer for the live action movie that came out. Here's the thing. The Titans look great. The world looks okay, considering they're going to put guns and stuff. They can't do 3D gear. And we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
They can do acting. They can do writing. They're not good at special effects, and it may be because they don't want to put the money in it, but it didn't look good.
It's definitely because they don't want to put the money in it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. Jurassic World. Okay, Jurassic World has made a couple of $1 billion. It's made $1 billion already. But the reason why is not because of the story. Because the story is really kind of ABC.
Yeah.
But the dinosaurs look amazing.
Right.
They just do. And part of that is just that Americans are willing to spend crap loads of money just to make the movie look good.
Yeah, I mean, I really think they should have at least gone and found the people who do like the Spider-Man movies or something, you know, and learn from them. Because the only gripe I have about it, outside of the fact that they have different characters now, and Mikasa's not the only Asian, besides those important key factors, is the 3D gear looks awful.
Well, yeah, well, okay. Those factors that you pointed out actually are pretty important.
Yeah, they're pretty much the core of the series. No,
I mean, you know, Mikasa became so awesome because people were trying to sell her to rape her.
Right,
and
she's the last Asian.
She's the last Asian.
Yeah.
So her being exotic was really pretty important to her backstory.
She's going to have to be half white now.
Yeah, she will, because there's nothing else. There's nothing else in there that will make her special.
Yeah, I mean, oh, and then we saw a scene. I think it looked like Mikasa and Eren making out. It looked like
that should happen. I mean, that should have happened a long time ago.
Logically, yeah, that should have happened.
He's probably going to end up making out with Krista beforehand. I mean, it's really just the way it is.
Or Annie or Sasha, any of them.
Yeah, even though Mikasa's been throwing herself at him
for her whole life.
Yeah, since she was like 5.
Yeah, she's like, hey, but see, you know what though? But I can see the military being like, no, we are not losing her for up to a year just so you to be happy. No, because really, like, if humanity lost her and Levi, which she doesn't exist in this world, but if they lost her and Levi, they would just have Eren.
He's not really that good. He's just really powerful.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power, but they would die immediately if they lost her and Levi.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah. So we're not really hyped about the trailer. Not at all, actually. I mean, because I was until I saw the 3D gear, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be another low rent foreign film.
Okay, yeah, look, okay. I have seen 3D gear that looks that good at cons.
That's true, yeah. And the effects, it was very stiff, and I know it's probably hard to do that, but we did it with Spider-Man. You know,
yeah, but you know what the difference with Spider-Man is though, is that Spider-Man, and they've said this in like the effects outtakes and stuff. They use colors that are so comic booky that when you CGI Spider-Man doing crap, you can't tell,
right?
Because the suit looks like that.
Right.
Well, these people, they're all in this washed out gray world where they don't look, you know, there's nothing about them that looks like you can CG them.
Superman was in a washed out gray world. He was able to fly.
That's true.
I mean, he was.
Americans spend a lot more money.
It's literally the same exact. In fact, I think Attack on Titan may be done by Zack Snyder. Like it may be like his other, like his Japanese name or something. You know, no, there's no excuse for that because their flying was on point.
I was trying to help y'all out, but he's right though. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you need to spend more money on CGI.
Yeah, and honestly, and I know we caught some heat for this. I think it was like last year when we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but they proved our point.
Yeah, the trailer just proved the point. Like, go watch it. It's on YouTube. It proved our point. The Japanese cannot make a movie that looks as good as an American movie. And that has nothing to do with the writing or the story or the acting, because that's up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying just purely on effects. I really think that for when it comes to big movies like this, the Japanese need to come to America, get our effects crews, and then say, you do the shiny stuff, we'll do everything else.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. When we do the shiny stuff, then there's this paycheck that has to be signed.
Right.
And I really believe that it boils down to the paycheck. I think that they have the exact same technology. I mean, you could have some. There are lots of Japanese guys.
Most of the tech probably comes from Japan.
Yeah, I mean, you've got lots of Japanese guys at USC and UCLA who are learning the exact same techniques. But when you sit down and you say, okay, working for Zack Snyder, I have a $250 million budget, and then working for the guy doing Attack on Titan, I have $60 million. Well, then that cuts a whole lot of what you can do out.
And see, but they need to learn to put. I mean, because like they should put more money in these things. Because Attack on Titan was not a small thing. The fact that even the West was ignited because of Attack on Titan, that should show you if you put the money in, you'll make more. Because what they've done with this, well, from what I can tell with this trailer, what they have done is effectively put their title in a tiny little box where only people who are in that box are going to see it. There's a whole rest of the world that will never see it now because it looks terrible.
Yeah, and then, well, there's also that other thing too, which is that because of the way that the Japanese market stuff, they're not marketing it for us. Now, when we do Man of Steel, Superman, Batman vs Superman, Avengers, we have a whole marketing team set up for when we send this to Japan. This is how it has to be marketed.
Which is why their movies, and I would say almost most of their business stuff in general never makes as much money as an American company.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, think about this. Rurouni Kenshin was a really good movie. It was Japanese. It was really, really well done. It was a good movie. But if you weren't an American who was looking for that, you've never seen it. You don't know it exists.
And Kenshin was popular over here. It was on Toonami. I have yet to meet a friend in America who did not like Rurouni Kenshin. I have never met someone who has not seen it. But we have not seen the movies over here.
Yeah, and unless you knew they were out there.
Now, if you got the guys who did, the fighting and the effects on, like, say, Ninja Assassin, and got them to work on a Kenshin movie, gave it a $100 million budget, put it out there in the middle of summer in America, then the whole world would love it. See, that's the difference between Japanese, and really, not just Japanese, but basically every other country. The difference between their movie market and our movie market. Their movies are loved in their country. Our movies are loved around the entirety of humanity.
Yeah, and see, and again, think about it this way: whenever we go to see a French film, it's called a foreign film. When someone's going to go see Avengers, it's Avengers.
It's the Avengers, yeah.
Yeah, like they don't go, we're going to go see an American film. What American film? The Avengers. They go, we're going to go see the Avengers.
Right.
But if you want to go see a French film or an Italian film, it's a French film.
Like this is going to be called, it's one of those anime films, even though it's not anime at all. But I really think they're doing themselves a disservice because they have, arguably way better stories to tell for the movie medium than we do, and to see them like kind of half do it, Like now I know Tomino, the guy who made Gundam, he did a partnership with Legacy Effects, the ones who did Pacific Rim, for an unnamed project, which they couldn't make it more obvious. You did giant like the way they sold it in the article was like, oh, they did Pacific Rim and giant robots. Oh, and then this guy called Yoshiyuki Tomino. What could they be doing? What sort of giant franchise could they be crafting? But it's like they need to do more of that because obviously they're not willing to put the money in. So if I had a manga or an anime or something that I want to turn into a movie in Japan, I would go to America for fun there.
Yeah, except okay, here's the drawback to that. Dragon Ball.
No. So here's the thing. My ideal, I know that could not be like that could not be able to happen again. But I'm saying the ideal setup would be, and I know it would never happen because there's too much greed and honor on both sides that would get in the way. Is here's the deal. I have a story called Attack on Titan. I'm going to write the script. I have the actors. I need some white people though. And then you're going to do the effects. And then that's all you're going to do. I don't want to hear your ideas. That's nice that you have thoughts. Share them with your family. But we're doing the Attack on Titan story.
Goku's 11.
If they for Dragon Ball, if they had done Dragon Ball the way the creators or Toriyama the way he wanted to do it, and just use American technology and money and whatnot, it would have been great. Because one thing Man of Steel showed us, even other than Superman being lame and that Zack Snyder only has 4 colors, is that things like flash step, like fast movement in anime, can be done.
Powers can realistically be used. Like when you watch the Avengers movies, there aren't really a whole lot of powers being done that you have to translate. You know,
Right.
like lasers. We all seen lasers. You know, the shield flying around, whatever. That you can do that practically. Thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning is something we see every day. So
Right.
none of that is anything that is a problem for us to see. Seeing Superman move at super speed while shooting lasers out of his eyes and using his super breath and blowing things down and using his X-ray vision and then translating that in a way that everybody can see it and still go, wow, that
Yeah.
actually works. That's something that Zack Snyder showed us is possible.
Right.
So then,
I remember I told you when we saw the movie, when we saw that scene with him versus Zod, or that, you know, his little soldiers in that training area,
Uh-huh.
I said, Bleach can be done now. You know,
Yeah.
There's no excuse for them not to be able to do things like that. You know, I mean, but they just there's like some disconnect. You know, it's like, hey, we have the stories. Hey, we have the everything else. Should we meet? Nah, let's just go our separate ways.
well, okay. To be fair, some of America is so lame that we can't sit through a story and watch it develop. I mean, Jurassic World, it was a good movie, but if you haven't seen the Jurassic Park movies, you probably don't really understand some of the things
And
that
people
happen.
won't go see it.
Yeah, but the people won't care because big dinosaurs. Like, you don't understand the
Yeah.
story, but the big dinosaurs will take away from the fact that you didn't understand the story. Whereas if you're going to go see a Bleach movie for the first time ever and you don't know anything about Bleach whatsoever, you can't figure out why Ichigo is looking at ghosts. You can't figure out why.
You have to start from the beginning.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you and a lot of times American audiences just can't watch it.
Which is why I hate the American audience. The only thing I like about the American film industry is the special effects. That's it. But I mean, now and one thing I noticed in Avengers, they're starting to get a little bit more technical with their fights. Like, you know, when Hulk was fighting the Hulkbuster, he had that one moment where he threw the car and then followed up by punching through the car.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most technical thing in the whole movie, because the rest of the whole movie was, and this is why I hate this. What's one thing that kept me from getting into comic books and Western stuff in general was fights come down to this: punch, flying through wall, stop momentum, fly forward my own punch. You know, it was very simple. You know,
And again, and these things are also why we get a lot of these arguments, like Superman versus Goku, or Superman versus the Hulk, or the Hulk versus Thor, where people are using arguments that actually make absolutely no sense. Where they say things like, well, Superman's travel speed versus his fight speed. No, Superman can fight at super speed. He just doesn't. And the reason why he doesn't is because the person who's writing him somehow seems to not understand that Superman can punch you at light speed just as easily as he can punch you standing still.
and I think they like the kind of imagination that the Japanese writers have.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think if Superman was being handled by like a Japanese writer, you might have him punch someone in the face, and then while the guy is falling back, punch him in the back. You know, like do something fancy or something. You know, like
Which does happen, but it's always in like a series finale.
right, and it's always like they show him punching like in like a tornado kind of thing.
Mhm.
But it's always very. They have the same problem that Dragon Ball has, where it's just like lines. You know, like there's no definition to what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
You know? And American action movies have that same problem when it comes to superheroes. It's very. I mean, it's nice looking, but Man of Steel was like probably the most intricate that's all, and it wasn't even that intricate. It was just boom.
But see, that a lot of that comes down to Superman couldn't fight. He was just really, really strong.
What was everybody else's excuse?
Everybody else's excuse was they were fighting a guy who couldn't fight.
Right.
You know,
But,
like,
I mean, I haven't seen the Kenshin movie, but I'm
It's
pretty
really
sure,
good.
Well, I'm assuming the choreography was amazing.
it was, dude. It was so freaking outstanding.
You know what?
And,
You know what it would be in America though, right? Jump!
yeah, like, okay. I didn't notice this about Blade when I first saw Blade. I noticed this about Blade about 2 days ago.
Mhm.
The choreography is really good. I mean, like Wesley Snipes is a good martial artist. I think he's like a 3rd-degree black belt or something like that.
Mhm.
But it's like he throws like two or three moves in a combination, and then he stops, and then he goes 2 or 3 moves in a combination, then he stops. When you're watching that exact same sequence in a Japanese movie, or in Daredevil, because Daredevil did it really, really well.
It did.
It's like Nothing stops. It all stays fluid. It's like, look, when you are punching this guy, these other people aren't standing back there waiting for you to finish punching that guy.
Right.
They're coming up, and you need to be defending against this guy right here and ducking and then hitting this guy. You should not have a moment when you're surrounded by 20 people where you can stop and turn around and set for the next guy.
And I mean, I think the main problem is that I don't think American audiences can comprehend it. I mean, because they're, and even if they could, they're so, like, our audiences are over here are so easily amused. It's sad. Like in Transformers, which broke my heart because I really thought when we first got it that it was going to be great. But and if you've seen it, you know the fights come down to this: he's Megatron, he says something evil. I'm Optimus, I say something generic and happy, and then it just flashes, and then one scene of Bumblebee doing this, and then firing, and then flashes, and then Starscream will come in and as a jet, and then he'll transform and go, and then it's just like that.
Yeah,
it's just like lots of flashing stuff, then one slow-mo thing, then more flashing, and then one-liners. Okay, and people are amused by that.
Yeah, and then really. This isn't even just about action movies. Okay, this is a movie, Stomp the Yard. Mm-hmm. You've seen Stomp the Yard?
I've seen that.
Okay, I love Stomp the Yard. I really do. It's a great movie. I'm not into dance movies at all. Right. I love Stomp the Yard. You know what annoys me the most about Stomp the Yard? The slow mo in the middle of their battle. Like, why do you suddenly you're in the middle of you're playing like DMX in the background, and then suddenly it's like for like 15 seconds. Why am I watching this in slow motion?
Because Americans like slow mo, but like but it sucks to see all these great things that we have that we waste on American film. It's like, oh, could you imagine if shoot, with our technology, we could do a live action Naruto movie. That could be done. We could do Bleach. We could do Gundam. I guess we could do One Piece. I wouldn't want to because it's awful.
I'm still waiting on my Voltron movie.
It's not.
You guys have been promising me a Voltron movie for 5 years. Where's my Voltron movie?
I think Ghost in the Shell is getting one. I think Spielberg's doing Ghost in the Shell, and I think he's also doing Akira. They were talking about doing an Evangelion movie years ago. Like they got as far as concept art. I would like that, but it would never release over here though.
Yeah,
there's too much end of the world Christianity stuff in there for them to release it.
Okay, and Death Note. Death Note is getting a movie. Death Note shouldn't get a movie. Death Note should get a TV show on the WB.
No, they won't do it. You know why?
Because that would give it time to develop a story?
No, because it would be awesome and they would cancel it immediately. People are like, wow, you like Death Note? Canceled.
But wait. But see, if they put it on the WB actually gives them a chance because they own this crap.
Oh, yeah, they might, yeah. But, I think Death Note, if they leave the writing alone, if they just don't try and do what every Hollywood person does and leave their mark on it, it'll be good. Just like I think if they did Attack on Titan here and just left it alone, like how like people love the straight to DVD Justice League cartoons, like Dawn of Atlantis,
because they're exactly like the comic book.
Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, the Blu-ray that came out the last couple of years. People loved it because he just took Frank Miller's comic book and made it move. So if you just took Attack on Titan and made it move and put effort into it, it will sell.
Dude, can you imagine what would have happened if Peter Jackson had looked at Lord of the Rings and said, I don't think Aragorn should be the king. I think it should be one of the hobbits.
I think Frodo should become king.
Yeah,
and also Transformers. And why doesn't Ian McKellen why is he not Magneto here? He should also be Magneto here.
And you know what? Let's have Gandalf meet up with Dumbledore at some point.
Right? And then let's just call the Giant Eagles from the beginning, because that would have made so much more sense.
It really would have. Like, we call the Giant Eagles to save us from the mountain. Oh, you know what? Why don't you just fly Frodo to the volcano, drop him off?
It'd be 3 movies of just flying. But but you know what though? Let us know in the comments below if you agree with what we're saying. And what we're saying is that we believe that people are, Japanese creators who have animes or mangas that want to turn them into live action movies would be better served if the crews that worked on the effects were American, but keep the writing the same. Now we all know this is fairy tale, because if they ever came together, one side, whoever has the most money, is going to push their will on the thing. So we know it's fairy tale, but you know, do you guys think that's a correct idea? And if you had to pitch your just all time dream matchup, like say Yoshiyuki Tomino, Bandai, and Legacy Effects for Gundam, please make it happen, God. What combination would you pitch? What anime or manga, and then what American group would you put together for a movie? Let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about one, I guess, if one gets enough reaction from us, you know. But now we're also going to be showing you guys the prize. We're getting ready for the 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, it came out this week, and it's kind of a big deal. We have Batman: The Arkham Knight. It comes with a bunch of DLC. It comes with the Justice League 3000 Batman skin, the TV series Batman skin, and the TV series Batmobile skin. Which I didn't know the Batmobile had skins. I have not actually read this.
I didn't know about the Batmobile skins, but I knew about the other
This game is pretty fun. As you've seen in our other videos, I'll hopefully leave it in the description. If not, I was too lazy and didn't do it. We also went ahead and sprung for the Batman Arkham Knight Collector's Edition guide, which comes with a bunch of art and stuff. So what we're going to do is, whoever ideas we picked for the show idea will win this. We're going to give it till next week till we finally make our final choice, because we told you in the last video that we're going to give you guys a little extra time.
Hey, wait. Segue. This is not the contest to get the prize.
Right.
So for the person who is sitting there right now and thinking to themselves, but I was leading in the contest, why am I not getting that prize? This isn't the contest prize.
Right.
We have a contest prize. This isn't it.
The contest prize is for the person who scored the most points in our questions. That prize will be announced after Comic-Con. Hint. Hint, hint, hint.
You still got like 2 more weeks.
Yeah. If we ask any questions, you still have some time. But we're going to be going to Comic-Con first. Which means, I don't know, maybe it's a thing from Comic-Con. I don't know. What do you think, Walter?
Yeah, you know, it's possibly a Comic-Con exclusive. You know,
we don't know what.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah,
I might just go see what seems the coolest. Yeah, I don't know. But so yeah.
But I'm telling you, if it happens to be like a Masters of the Universe He-Man sword, you won't get it.
You won't be getting it. It'll be lost way before we get it. But no, yes, we're going to Comic-Con, and obviously that's where we're going to get the thing. We don't know what it is yet, or do we? We don't know. Because we have to get through the doors first.
Yeah, you know, like, okay, we know what we would like to get. They always send out a list of Comic-Con exclusives. We know what we would like for you to have. We also know that every dealer in the world shows up the day before Comic-Con and buys them all.
Now, one thing that's cool for us that we normally don't get is that our good friends over at Robots for Less, my Gundam store I go to, they're getting me in during the dealer setup time. So I'll be in there a little early. So here's the other cool thing. Go look at all the Comic-Con exclusives. And also in the description or in the comments down below, tell us what you think the best exclusive is. And we'll maybe get some ideas from that.
Possible.
But yeah, so yeah, in the comments, tell us your favorite exclusive. Tell us your dream team up for anime, manga plus movie crew. You know, just let us know if you think we're right or not. Because I think we're right. I think that would be the perfect combination.
We spent a lot of time thinking about this. This isn't just something we thought of off the top of our head.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch like our movies versus the Japanese movies, especially when it comes to the martial arts and stuff like that, those movies they top ours. They're just way better. I'll take a Bruce Lee movie from the '70s now over a martial arts movie that America does.
Right.
However, when you put in special effects, lasers, and machine guns, ours are way better.
Yeah. That's it for this week, guys. Until next time, we've been your host, Kirby Kid.
And Black Superman.
See you later, guys.